Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to another hashtag Hey Allenia Renee. And y'all, you know what? You can tell when you're on vacation because you don't have yourself set up right. I don't even have my mic on. How in the world do I not have my mic on? All right. So this is what happens when you go live, y'all. This is what happens when you go live. You see the real things behind what goes on with production. I wish I could call on and blame it on my production manager, but can't do that. I'm not going to be before you long because tonight at 8 o'clock, I will be live on Access Granted live stream on Facebook and on YouTube. So if you look on my actual page, you will be able to get all of the information so that you can click on and go on over there. Join us live, please. I would love to have you part of the conversation, but I wanted to make sure that I came in that we were able to discuss this question that came about and my notes just fell. So I'm going to go get my notes. So before we get started, we want to make sure that we do all of our preliminary housework. If you are here on the live stream and you would like for me to see your comments, please make sure you allow StreamYard to know it's you and that your name so that I can see it and I can post it as it comes up. Please make sure that you share this with someone, even if you are seeing this on the replay, put hashtag replay. I would love to know that you had an opportunity to watch this episode of hashtag Hey Allenia Renee. And also, if you are over on YouTube, please make sure that you, again, are sharing this, give it a thumbs up because that allows YouTube to know that you are interested in the material that I am presenting. So, we're going to go ahead and get into the juicy bits and things of this question. So, the question has to do with the individual did not leave a name, so I don't have a name to associate this with. So, I am actually answering this question as a really general, um, kind of concept idea. All right. So it says hashtag Hey Alenia Renee. How do you stay positive when it seems like so many negative things are happening to to me? I want to be positive, but I just can't. People keep saying that I need to look at each situation as a positive, and this is hard for me to do. So, I want to make sure that I address this. There's a couple of things with what you were saying. I want to put some things in perspective. Okay. So, when you're speaking about changing your mindset, there's a couple of things that you need to really truly understand. So, you know, putting a positive spin on things that those things that are negative situations, it doesn't dissolve, it doesn't take it away, it doesn't dismiss that the situation is happening, and it doesn't make everything okay. So I know a lot of people say that. That's not what putting a positive spin does. So I don't want you to go around thinking that, you know what, if I put a positive spin on this, it'll make the whole situation go away. No, it does not. Okay. However, um, you know, that's just not how the world works, right? It just doesn't. It doesn't make it go away. You still have the situation, you still have to deal with it. Um, and people deal with real difficult things, every day. They're dealing with abuse. They're dealing with violence. They're dealing with racism. We have so much going on in our society. They're dealing with, you know, um, hunger and homelessness. They are dealing with age discrimination. This stuff is real, you know? And you could just say there is just so many real things that people are facing that can cause trauma in your life, right? They can be traumatic situations in your life. That's real. Okay. So when someone comes to you and says, "Oh, stop being so negative," you feel like it's dismissing that you're going through something. And I want to encourage you that it's really that they're not dismissing it, but what they're doing is trying to help you change your mindset. Okay. And that's kind of what I know what my coaching business does. We really work on your mindset. How are you thinking and what things are you doing to bring yourself joy? Okay. And one of the things that I want to make sure, and I'm making sure that I look at my notes so that I stay very focused on what it is that we're discussing tonight. But, simply put, putting a positive spin on things will not change those very real challenges that you have. But what it does do, it changes the way that you think, okay, about the things that are affecting you and how you feel about those things. So, one of the things that I have that formula, if you change the way you think, it will change the way you feel. And if you change the way you feel, it will change your behavior. Okay. And that's what we're talking about. When we talk about a mindset shift, you are not dismissing the situation. You are not saying you're not going to deal with it, but what you are going to do is by changing the way that you think about things, the negative things, um, it will affect the way that you feel. And this, again, like I said, will change your capacity to deal with the challenge that you have in your life. And that's what changing your mindset does. It it allows you to still have to deal with the tough stuff. Okay? It still has to, I think about when, I was going through my domestic violence situation. You know, I don't care how my professional life was, my personal life was a hot flaming mess. And it wasn't something that I desired to have. It was something that was happening to me. So I could have cowered. I could have retreated. I could have, you know, um, really looked at myself as not being worthy of being treated well. There was so much, but I dealt with it. I dealt with the ugly stuff, the bad stuff. I went to therapy and I had to deal with it so that I could change my mindset about what I was going through. And now I understand. N- Although I didn't want that to occur to me, and yes, I'm still dealing with the residuals of being abused. However, my mindset has shifted, and it has shifted such that I understand that, what, I went through that not because I wanted to, it was because of someone else's poor behavior about, how they treat women. But now I have that compassion and that desire to give back what was given to me. And what was given to me was a mindset shift, right? And that's what I am talking about today is just you know, ensuring that, you change your capacity to go through situations. That's what a mindset shift does for you. It gives you courage when you need courage, when you're feeling defeated, or it gives you, confidence when your self-esteem is really low. And it also allows you that mindset shift allows you to have resilience to push through the uncomfortable to get to the comfortable. So many times, y'all, we stop pushing through something. We stop dealing with things, and we want to hide under a blanket, and we want to sleep through life. And by doing that, that's all you do is put yourself, you have built now a habit of procrastination. You have now built a habit of retreat, right? And you have now built a habit of saying, you know what, I'm not worthy of having the life that I desire. Okay. So it helps you to push through all of that. It gives you that stamina to just kind of, just kind of chip away at the obstacles. Okay. So, like I even said, although I went through, and you're talking about now, it's been a good 10 years since my situation. I still have to deal with some of the residuals that occur. So, you're chipping away at it. Right? You're chipping away at those obstacles that have happened in the past and that may be currently happening right now, right? And although they cause you trauma or negative self talk, okay? So some of us end up getting into that negative self talk. That's where that mindset shift really helps, right? Because it gives you the ability to take action, right? Um, that you need. That you take action to what you need to do. So if it's, hey, my car has been repossessed, it helps you to take action to say, you know what? Okay, my car has been repossessed. I need to maybe check the way that I do my finances, right? It's embarrassing to have your car repossessed, but guess what? You did something or something occurred that made put you in a position where the car had to be taken, right? It's a real life situation. Push through the uncomfortable to get to the comfortable, right? You may have been divorced several times and maybe on your third marriage, but the lessons that you learned and you took time for yourself, you took that time to chip away at the things that you're going through so that when you did marry again or decide that that was something that you wanted to engage in, you were able to do it with your head held high and not care what other people think, right? It gives you that courage. It gives you that confidence. It gives you the resilience and it gives you the stamina to go through. Changing your mindset doesn't make things disappear, but what it does do is it empowers you to face your stuff. Y'all, I know that was a quick one tonight, but I want to encourage you, you can do this. If you feel like you need support as you go through it, in the description box, I do have a link where you can schedule some time to speak to me to get a realignment conversation going. Also, remember the Joy Nook store is open. Merchandise is being sold. Why not wear your empowerment on you? Why not? Why not help to remind you that you are shifting? This is a full journey that you're going through. You have a, a whole entire playing field for your journey. It is not a box. You're not in a box, right? So why not do the things that empower you and give you what you need? If you have a question for me for next week, please make sure that you go to the link in the description box and send me your question. All right. So today we were talking about how to empower yourself. And by empowering yourself is changing your mindset. All right. Peace and blessings, everyone. Have a good evening.